magazines are always coming out with the new way to lose 5 pounds in a week, and, you know, the new Get Slim diet, foods to eat to burn fat, blah, 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 blah. All, you know, hullabaloo. You never know what to believe. You waste $6, $7 on a magazine just because Marissa Miller is on the front looking hot, saying that she's going to tell you how to look like her. She's not going to tell you how to look like her, because then everybody will look like Marissa Miller, and Marissa Miller won't make any more money. But I'm not a fitness guru or expert. I have done a lot of research, a lot of research through my past 6 months of being in shape and stuff, but I'm not claiming to be like a weight loss expert. And, you know, I don't have a team of scientists analyzing what I've done to lose weight. But you know what, you guys? I've lost 40 pounds in 6 months. So obviously, I'm doing something right. I went from a size 11 in pants to a size 3. So obviously, what I'm doing works. Now, I'm not guaranteeing you guys that everything will work for you. However, I am guaranteeing pretty much that if you know, diet and exercise reasonably and follow some of the tips and tricks and stuff that I have, it's definitely going to help. But now we have to kind of go into myths and rumors and things like that, diet fantasy type stuff. One big rumor that I need to address is that dieting alone will help you lose weight, or exercising alone will help you lose weight. Dieting alone will, yes, help you lose a bit of weight, but it will not help your muscles build up. When you build muscle burns fat. So when you build the muscle in your arms, it helps you burn the fat out of your arms. When you build muscles in your legs, it helps you burn that. When you build up your core, it helps you burn that belly fat. Muscle burns fat. Therefore, muscle is important. Therefore, exercise is important. Dieting alone, you know, like crash dieting or whatever, is the easiest way to lose the weight and then gain it back plus some. Nobody wants to work really hard to lose 40 pounds, then gain it back plus another 10, 15 pounds. That would just be awful. Nobody wants that. So dieting alone is not going to get you fit and healthy. Exercise alone is going to build the muscle, but it's not going to make your organs much healthier, and it's not going to, you know, help your body just be cleaner. It needs a good diet to go with it. You know, going to McDonald's and getting a Big Mac and then running on a treadmill for 30 minutes, then going to Dairy Queen and getting what are they called? A Blizzard. It's not going to help you get fit. The exercise, yes, is good for you, but ultimately you have to combine diet and exercise in order to lose weight and be fit. And I know nobody likes hearing that. Nobody likes the word diet. Nobody likes the word exercise. They're scary. They make us go like, oh gosh. But just listen to me for 1 second. This is not a lie. I promise you that once you get into the swing of it, it is easy. In fact, you will actually look forward to exercising. The rush of endorphins and the good sweat, you know, just that good feeling when you're done. I just got done with my run and my 30 minutes of the yoga meltdown. And I feel great. I can't wait to do the yoga tomorrow. In fact, I might do another 30 minutes of it tonight. But when I first started out, I hated having to go exercise. I hated not being able to get beefaroni and having a salad for lunch instead. I hated it. It sucked. Switching out my cereals, switching out the food I ate, it was just awful. I didn't want to. Now, you know, every time I drive past McDonald's, it's not like, McDonald's fries. It's like so many preservatives, so much high fructose corn syrup, so much trans fat. I don't want it. So, yes, it will be hard at first, irritating, boring, but just give me like 21 days. Give me 21 days of consistent dieting, consistent exercise, and I can pretty much promise you it's not going to be awful anymore. You're going to look forward to it. It feels good to be in shape. It feels really, really good. It does. So, yeah, that is that rumor. Diet and exercise on their own, nope, sorry. You have to combine them and have some self-control and perseverance, endurance, diligence, and just stick with it. You have to force yourself to stick with it. I'm not telling you that you can't ever go have some McDonald's French fries. Of course you can. Make that your reward. For every month that you lose, like, I don't know, 5 pounds or whatever, one weekend, go to McDonald's and order one of their salads and like a medium fry. And that'll be your reward. Your body will be able to work it off real quick. It's not going to store itself back up. But just quit going to Wendy's and getting their Junior Bacon Cheeseburger and then hitting McDonald's and getting Big Macs and going to Dairy Queen and getting Blizzards. No, those aren't rewards. That's a relapse. That's going back, Rewards, give yourself the foods that you like in small amounts as rewards. So yes, I'm not telling you that, you can't go to those places that you love, because I like going, I love certain restaurants. La Napolera, I love that Mexican restaurant, Fuji, the teppanyaki and stuff. And so once a month on the weekend, when I've done well that month, yes, I'll go and I'll get myself something nice and normal, normal people food, not rabbit food or whatever. But you just have to stop indulging all the time, because that's what's going to hold you back from noticing any difference. Another thing is, lots and lots of like weight loss programs and things tell you not to look at the scale every day, because it will depress you when you don't see any results. This is what worked for me. At the beginning of weight, I weighed myself, and that was my start weight. And then I work out all week long, diet, do well, and then just weigh myself on the weekends. Now that when I got down 20 pounds, I weigh myself twice a day, every day. And this is why. I don't find it depressing when I notice that I've gained a little bit and stuff. But, now, I'm all in a jumble. I understand the mentality behind that weight loss idea, not to look at the scales because you'll get depressed. But I don't buy it. Yeah, if you get on the scale one morning and you're like 127, and then that evening you're 129, and then you go into huge depression and just hate yourself, whatever, that's not good. That's creepy. However, you don't want to get on the scale on Monday and be like, oh good, I'm doing well, I can eat a little more of what I like, and then get on the scale on Friday and you've gained 5 pounds and now you have to work it off. That to me would be so much more depressing than notice, okay, I've gained like a pound or a half pound or whatever, need to get back on track. I weigh myself twice a day, every day. That way when I notice my numbers creeping back up, I can readjust and go back down before it's like, so I've got half a pound to worry about working off. That's no big deal. It's a lot better than not weighing yourself for like a week and then having 5 pounds to try and work off. That's depressing. That's hard. That's difficult. I do not buy into the idea to not weigh yourself or not have a scale. Now, for people who do have, if you have eating disorders or have had one or are in recovery, I am not trying to tell you to pull your scale back out. I know that the numbers are bad, for people who've had this situation. It's a situation that hits very close to home for me. I'm not going to go into that because I don't think this person would be comfortable with that. However, if you're easily triggered by weight loss, ideas and suggestions and stuff, you really should not watch this series. I really would feel awful if I was responsible for anybody's relapse or anything like that. So no, if you have a problem like that, do not pull your scales back out. Keep them duct taped up in that cabinet where they are, and go watch some of my other videos where I talk about, go watch my pets. They're funny. Don't watch the weight loss videos. I would feel so bad if I was responsible for anybody's relapse or a triggering or anything like that. But for people who just want to lose the weight and get fit and don't have, that issue to work through in their lives, I do not buy the idea to never weigh yourself because it would just depress you. Definitely weigh yourself a lot whenever you feel it necessary. Now, don't get obsessed with it, of course, because that's one way to get to, hating your body, and it's a downward spiral from there. But I do not at all buy into that idea of, not weighing yourself. In my opinion, when you're losing weight, the scale is your friend. It is there to be the voice of truth, brutal honesty, keep you on track. It is there to be your fitness coach. It is not the enemy. Learn to love it, learn to listen to it, kind of. That way, when you see the numbers start to creep up slowly, you can fix it and adjust it right away, and so it won't become a big deal, because I promise you that is so much easier than trying to be like, no, I'm not going to look at it because, I don't want the numbers to get to my head, and then you get on the scale on your check date and you've gained 5-10 pounds and then have to work that back down. That is awful. That is so much more depressing than noticed, oh, I've gained a pound. Let me readjust and fix that. So that is my opinion, my experience, is that it's so much easier to, constantly see where you are, get, your range. In the evening you're going to be a bit more than you were waking up in the morning, of course, because you've got food and water in your system and it's working out and stuff, and bloating affects it, the weather affects your weight and stuff like that. So just find, the 2-3 pounds, or the 1 or 2 or 3, even 3 pounds that, you fluctuate throughout the day, and make sure you try and stick in that. When you notice that you're 5 pounds above your max, that's a problem. That is why I weigh myself every day. That way, yeah, I'm going way too much into that scale thing, but that is my opinion, my experience, that it's much better to weigh yourself frequently and work with the numbers that you get instead of not weighing yourself because you don't want the numbers to hold you back and depress you.